Hi everyone, so today I have this new set to share with you that Darn Press has brought to HSN for the Happy Craftsmas Crafting Day there in July. It says it's a stencil kit called Jingle All the Way and Filigree and Holidays, so quite a mouthful. Let's check it out. So they did send this item free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links, so thank you for using those if you would like to. This is a big box, like tall. So I'm curious to see what they have as far as stencil and all that. Let's see what we got. Oh, wow. Okay. So it's just, you know what? Very good. Sorry, misspeaking. So the other day I had made a video showing all the new like staple or basic items that Darn Press has brought. And some of those were glitter and shimmer paste. So I have them here because I have them all right here next to me. So we will try those out today. And yeah, so let's open this guy up. I mean, this is just a ton of stencils. Okay, so 'tis the season, and we have the cute little holly berry there. And they're all like different sizes, so I mean, I'm going to measure the plastic, which I know that means that everything else is within that. So 3 by 5.5, okay? This looks like a square, but of course you can put that wherever you need it to be. 4.5-inch square. Merry Christmas, as it says there. Does it have... No, okay. I was going to say if it has a paper to look at, but an insert. Snuggle and watch it snow. Snuggle and watch it snow. There you go. Meet me under the mistletoe. Cute. These are really like sizable. Have a magical holiday season. How cute would these be for gift bags, honestly? If I'd known that these were just like this kind of a stencil thing, I probably would have grabbed some gift bags. I don't think I have any in my stash right now, but we wished you a Merry Christmas. There's Snow Place Like Home. Yeah, so I would just get a ton of white or like craft colored, you know, gift bags, or just a festive color because of the shimmer paste and those kind of things are very opaque. You know, they're really nice. They'll work really well with anything. Unforgettable holidays. Merry Christmas. I love that one. I like the way the little Christmas tree looks like it's squished like this. Magical holidays. Very pop art on that one. I like the way it's written. Hello Winter with a little bit of everything on that one. And hot cocoa extra marshmallows. And I think these were all the same size. I was going to say this one looks a little bit bigger. 4 3/4 by 5.5. So that kind of gives you an idea of the sizing on that. And then look at these. Oh my gosh. Okay. Love it. Are these layering? They must be. Okay. So Holly 1. And then these are oversized. I'll give you a measurement on them. Generally what they will stencil is about 1/2 inch smaller all around, so this is almost 6 inches by 9 1/4. So I would say, you know, it's about 1/4 inch all around that you don't have that space, right? So just keep that in mind. Holly number 1, and then Holly number 2, you guys. Oh my gosh. I love it. You already know I'm going to do red glitter berries on that. There we go. Christmas lights. Oh my goodness, how cute is this? So you have the little cord part of it, right? And then the lights, and then it can be all different colors. I mean, how fun is that? Oh my goodness. Floral tiles. Again, it said Jingle All the Way and Filigree and Holidays. Okay, so floral tiles. And then this is the floral tiles too that does the accent, you know, if these are just kind of like this. How cool is that? This one's like blacked out, but then here you have this, and then the accent piece to the other one, right? That is very pretty. Oh my gosh. I can say they've already knocked it out of the park with this. Look at this. So this one's called Swirl Tiles. A little bit larger in scale than the other one. And then this is your accent piece. So you can see how pretty that is together. So again, when you're stenciling, light color first to the darker, or to the glitter paste, glimmer paste, whatever. I usually do those further into the stenciling. So just something to think about. Candy canes and peppermints 1. So you can see candy canes and little peppermints. How cute is that? And then part 2. Oh my goodness. So with this, I would do like even like wintergreen. You do a little bit of light. I mean, with the white, if you can do like a texture paste or something like that, I don't know if that would work though, because you're going to top it off with this. Or do red first and then top it with white texture paste. That's how you do it. So then you have the red and the white, but it's different. Or again, a light green and a dark green. You know, a light pinkish color and then your darker like red. I think that'd be very, very cute. Snowflakes. So we have all these really fun designs. It looks a lot like the tiles, but they have the snowflake look on the second one. So hopefully you can see what those look like together. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. Flower burst. So a very geometric, really cool pattern there. And then flower burst 2, so that's the accent part of it. So again, lighter color first, darker second. I mean, look how cool that is. Love it. Floral scrolls. Have a, I don't know if that's a jacquard type of pattern, but that kind of tapestry look to me. And then floral scrolls 2. And that's how they would look like. I mean, that is beautiful. Poinsettia 1. So it has the centers and like these little cute stylized things here. And poinsettia 2 would be the flower. I think the other little bits are like something that's tucked in here and there. So if you hold it together like this, see how this is just like a little accent, something cute. And the flowers centers. What I would do with this one first, I would probably do this one first, and then come in with this one and do a gold glitter paste. So it's all gold in the centers and everywhere. You know, I think that's how I would do that. And maybe that's what we'll do today. Gifts. So all these little square modular kind of gifts here. And then the bows. How cute is that? So you have them like this. Adorable. I love that these big spaces you see, it's basically because like this one has the whole top and then the little bow, right? So it finishes off your gift. That is so cute. Flower repeat. Which is something a little bit similar in the other floral pattern, but this is different, the flowers themselves. And then here you go, part 2, the accent portion of that. So let's look at those guys together. I mean, these are just beautiful, you guys. And then flower diamond 1 and flower diamond 2, of course. So just another like big tile with a floral pattern. And then this is the accent piece to that. Wow. Oh my goodness. So let's think. I'm gonna grab some paper. We're gonna get to it. I think maybe to do toppers and then to finish off a card in this video, I'll use the stamp set, the Mega Holiday Stamp Kit, and, you know, stamp like a sentiment, and then we'll just cut it out or however. So I will be right back. What I do love about these is that this is an 8.5, well, not quite 5.5. Let me go ahead and cut that down to 5.5 so you can see that you can basically do 2 card fronts at once. If you're going to do an AT card, just do it all at once, and then you have to let it dry really well and then cut it down. I, you know, have my videos to make, so I kind of move on as I'm going, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this down right now. But you can definitely just do a whole page of this, right? So I'm going to cut this to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, because that's my preference. I was just showing you what the 5.5 look like. But I guess I could cut it down to 5 3/8 deep and then do the whole thing so you get 2 at once. But like I said, I have to kind of move on, so I want to be able to glue this down as soon as we're done doing this. So I am just going to go for it. And I'm, you know, poinsettia 2, poinsettia 1, and that's your registration mark as far as that this is how they face. I'm going to take this guy, and I guess we'll go this way. Or you know what? Let's go this way. That way there are no empty spaces at the top or bottom. So I'm just gonna hold it down. Then when I come in with the other one, I'll know where I'm at just by matching it up, right? So we have that, and let's get some red going. Last time I used blue and I put it on top, but I usually put these in rainbow order, so I was being a little naughty there. So let's get that. And this. And, you know, that's a darker red, crimson, and then the lighter red. What I can do is, let me start off with like this darker one, the very center. Just give it a little variation of color. And then maybe this one, the very edges there. And of course you're hitting all the areas. There are some petals here and there. Excuse me, or I guess I should say leaves, because a poinsettia is basically all leaves other than the center. I guess the center is the flower. But gorgeous plant. Okay, there we go. I'm going to put these back, because I think the other day I might have mixed up the lids, but now I'm like, no, I'm sure that was the red. The crimson is darker than red, and hopefully I got that okay. So pretty. Okay, and then that's water-based dye ink, so I know I can just rinse that off as soon as I'm ready. And I just need to remind myself I had it like this, right? So see, where's this poinsettia too? I need to make sure this is that way, and I can get the best, you know, idea of where that should be, my stencil. And that looks pretty good. So we have, again, the centers, and then these cute little like stars. And actually in this orientation, they do look more like stars, because it's like a little quasar, like pulled. I don't know if that's the word for it, but I always, when I see those, I want to say quasar. I don't know. That's fine. Okay, we have that. I need a little scrapey scraper. And I'm going to use the Holidays kit, and I want the gold. And the gold in this one is actually the shimmer paste. So take this guy, and I do have some napkins here in case I need them, but basically just take that. It's like butter, oh my gosh, and I always just hold it down with my hand. I don't know, that's just what I'm used to doing, but we're gonna want to get this everywhere that you see the opening there in your stencil. And you saw I didn't grab very much. I'm going to scrape this up. Let's try and get that one. That's not on the card, so that is okay. And this extra bit, just scoop it all up and pop it back in here. I'll give this a little wipe off here. Let's remove this guy, and very cool. I'm going to clean this off. I usually wipe it and then just go ahead and soak it, or just wash it off with some warm water over the sink, but I always wipe it first, just because I don't want to get all this little microfine stuff that's in here in the sink or anything else, so I wipe as much as I can. Okay, I'll be back. Hands are still a little bit wet. Try to clean that up a little bit. And if you have any on the edges, I just use my hand. You can use your tool and just kind of wipe that off, but look at that, and it will get shimmerier and more gorgeous as it dries. Very cool. Let me put this aside, clean up a little bit, and we'll move on. So let's do one that's like tone on tone. We'll do the holly berries, the first one I had shown you. And I just happen to have this scrap of paper. It looks green. It looks almost minty green, but that's okay. We're going to use this one. And it's already cut down to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So, you know, as luck would have it, there we go. So I'm going to grab this. And again, just put it sideways like this. And I'm just going to do the tongue-tied today. So I'm going to do the second one first, just like I did with the poinsettias. I did the second one first, and then I'll do the first one last, so I can do some glitter or glimmer or something like that. So I'm just popping this on here, and we're going to do some green inking. I'm going to go with a pretty dark green, just so it really pops on this other, you know, tone on tone. And this paper is also textured, so there's lots of things going on here. It's like a linen texture, so I'm really trying to push through that and get that greenery on there. Over here, nice and dark, there we go. It's nice to have a variation of color. I don't usually try to just make it solid one color. I like to have a little variation in the color, make it look more organic. I don't even know that I have to dip this the way I am. I just am. So I'm just used to dipping it, you know, as much, as often. You see it's nice and dark up there. Maybe a little more down here. Looks pretty good. Alright, so again, I'll just rinse this off. Water-based dye ink comes right off. With your texture paste, your glitters, your glimmers, all those things, you want to either soak it for a while or get it off pretty quickly, because they can stick to plastic surfaces. I mean, it might peel off like if you pick at it, but they're pretty sturdy, you know, they want to be in there. So let me look at this again, kind of have an idea where I was. I mean, this is very organic pattern, but if that's there, then this should be somewhere like in here. Okay, I just wanted to have an idea of where my berries are, so that's where they are. I can see that. Maybe center them a little bit more. Yep, that looks really good. Okay. So again, I just helped, you know, myself place them since I didn't put a registration mark or don't have registration marks. I just wanted those to help me out. Oh, yes. So in the same holiday glitter paste, we have berry. So let's use that. And again, this one, you know, depending on when I take my pictures, I guess I can give it some time. They get much more, you know, brighter in tone and all that stuff because it has a binding agent to stick it to your paper. So it has like a milky color to it or tone to it. Or, yeah, I guess. And that goes away as it dries. So just keep that in mind. Like right now when we see it, it might not be as sparkly as expected, but it will be very fiery and pretty. These guys, I'm kind of just going to where they need to be. There's a little bit on the very edge. I mean, you can probably just leave that off like that little bit there, but I went ahead and filled it all in. And again, just like with the other guy, you can just pick it all up and put it right back in here. And I for sure wipe away glittery stuff whenever I go to soak it or wash it off. Give it a good wipe off first, and then why am I keeping that little piece of tape? I don't know. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. Okay, let me go clean these guys off. I'll be back. Oh my goodness, I went to check some emails and I came back a little bit later than I would like to. So you see that kind of wanted to stick there. So just again, you can just kind of pop that off. Clean up those edges, or just leave it there, and if you're going to trim down your paper, you're going to trim that off anyway. But look at that. I mean, that is so pretty. Love it. Okay, let me clean up, and then we'll do more of an everyday look. Okay. So let's try this one. My paper's not trimmed down or anything yet, so the other two cards I'm going to complete, well, at least one of them. But this one, I just have a scrap of paper here, and I want to do... It's not really a scrap of paper. It's like 4 1/8 by 5 1/2, but a little bit bigger than that or something. I want to do this one. I'm trying to think. No, it has to be this. Okay, so let's start off with this guy. Got a little red glitter all over, and I'm just going to eyeball this to keep it kind of... I don't know, centered somewhat, maybe something like that. Okay, and I want to use yellow and blue because I feel like those are really pretty pops of color for something like a tile like this. So let me grab some yellow, and then I hope I have like a blue glimmer or glitter. I mean, you don't have to do glimmers and glitters, of course. You can just go in with another ink or however. But ooh, that one's really pretty. I have this pretty blue that's in this one. This is the Occasions paste, right? So that one. So I'll probably use that. And then let's go with some yellow. Ooh, an orangey color. This is all very pretty. Oh, maybe we can do some variations of colors. Let's see. I'm just using this brush. It's kind of small. I should probably just use a bigger Diamond Press brush head. So let's start with some lighter color. And I'm just going to kind of go in here. And I'm going around the outer. As you can see, I left like a little circle in the center. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to use the same brush, and I don't want to put the darker color on there right now and then be sad because you don't see a lot of variation in the color. So the very edges, I'm doing that little yellow, get it all in the corners. And then maybe take this guy, the marigold. If you're looking for these inks, they are available on mydiamondpress.com. Maybe they will restock on HSN. I don't know about that right now, and I don't have that info. Sorry, guys, but I will include the link from mydiamondpress.com. With them, I also have a 10% affiliate discount code. So if you use the code VCDP10, VCDP10, but 10, you get 10% off your purchase every day. And I'll have that info there too. Also, if you like their sticky sheets, you can definitely pick up more of those, like refills, on mydiamondpress.com. So I'm just kind of getting a little variation of color here. That's so cute. I'm trying to get these little corners that are showing to have a little something there. Ooh, I like that already. Oh, and again, I moved this before I really pay attention. So if this is here, when I bring this guy over, it should be somewhere similar, right? It's basically going to be in the opposite of what we just did. And look at that. And it leaves like a little edge. I can see that it covers up some areas too. So I'm trying to make sure. There is some area, if I come in closer as I place this, that it's kind of around the edge. It's leaving a little border, okay? So I'm trying to center that as I can see through to the yellow. You know, center as well as I can. That looks really good. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so fun. I need a little more tape, and actually I'll use this one. Come on, buddy. People ask me where I get this tape dispenser. You know, Daiso Japan, and that place is few and far between in the US, so if you're lucky enough to find one, maybe you'll find that there, but a lot of times they're switching out their stuff, so it's not something you're going to be able to find later, but I do get that question, so I'm letting you know right now where that came from. Okay, and then we have this, it's actually teal glitter. Again, I can just come in here with some ink, and that's great too, but I want to try these guys out, so there we go. And this one's going to have quite a bit of this going on, so let me just start up here. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh, I'm so silly. You know what, I'm going to switch this out right quick. This is a great place to try the squeegees. So if you've seen these on HSN, they released them, you know, depending on when you're watching this, even a couple weeks ago. They have been on the site. And these are squeegee brushes. And brushes that don't have, you know, bristles, but that's what they're calling them. So let's try it out. Oh my gosh, I'm so silly. Okay. You can hear it feels, the sound of it is not like the other one, right? Where the one's kind of crunchy. And I'm keeping it kind of relatively flat. I have never used these before or anything like this, so just kind of keeping it relatively flat. Now you are going back over the same area that you might have some ink already, so I just want to make sure it's nice and thick there. And then I'm going to scrape off the excess. Hope you can kind of see that. Put it right back in here. This is very interesting. Okay, I want to make sure, like I said, this is kind of thick here. A little bit more. I just picked the mid-size one. There's a larger one, a thinner one. Okay, let's see. We got that, we got that. That all looks pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and lift this off. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. Okay, again, I wipe this off as well as I can and then rinse it off. Okay guys, and I'm sorry I didn't think to pop those earlier, and actually I'll have to remember to go grab it. I just rinsed it off and it looks perfect. Like where this is, I always rinse them off, but it's really sticking to that. That silicone brush, it just makes it like butter. I mean, it just comes right off. So I'll show you that in a minute. I just left it over there in my kitchen. Okay, so let's pick this up. I mean, that is a beautiful tile. It's going to be super sparkly and gorgeous. Trim it down, you know, whatever we need to do. But I love that color combination. I like that we did the little darker kind of orange in the center. Well, not really orange, but darker yellow. Okay, let me clean up, and then we're going to put a card together. This is the holiday or Christmas cardstock that Diamond Press just brought to HSN. I'm going to use it for a card base, and I think I'm going to go with this deeper red color. It's A2 size paper, so I'm just going to cut that right in half at 5.5 inches. And I do want to say it is, again, a white core cardstock, so if you want to do some embossing and then give it a little scrape over the top, it looks really awesome. At least that's how I use that kind of paper for the most part. So 5.5 inches, and then turn it the other way, score at 4 1/8. And of course you can get 2 card bases from this one paper, because you have the other one to do the same thing with, right? So there we go. Actually, let's go ahead. I'll just go ahead and stick the cute holly one on here, and then you can imagine popping on a sentiment or however, so we will make both cards. And I'm going to start with this one again. You know, I started working with this and it's been maybe 15-20 minutes, I don't know, probably less than that. But hopefully you can kind of see that shimmer really coming through. So pretty. Just gonna glue that down right quick. And then, like I said, I'll stamp a sentiment with the Mega Stamp Kit. Hopefully it's still available. Those are, their stamp kits, when they make those mega bundles, always are just gone really fast. So hopefully it'll still be available, but either way, if you did pick it up already, you'll have another idea of how to use it. I'm not trying to stick my hand all over this because, again, it's still wet. I would say give these guys a good day before you put it in an envelope and all that kind of stuff. I know the glitter pastes dry pretty quick. I mean, usually in 15-20 minutes if I touch it, it already feels like, I mean, even right now, I did this one second, right? I did that one first, and you can see it's not sticking to my finger. But it's probably still a little bit wet underneath, right? So we want to be careful with that. So I put this here. I'm going to do the same thing, just glue this on, and I will be right back. I mean, look how beautiful those are, just with the stenciling, right? I mean, pop on a sentiment and you're good to go. Beautiful. Like I said, you can do 2 at a time if you're doing a full, you know, 8.5 by 5.5, I guess, sheet, and then you're going to trim it down. So again, I have the Mega Stamp Kit, and I've been just using different stamps from here and there. So I just want a little something that I'm just going to maybe do like a plate kind of cut, maybe like this Joy, Peace, Love. I like that. I mean, there's just so many in here, so I'll just find some and I'll be right back. Okay, I think what I'll do is, for this one, the holiday greetings, we'll finish that card up, and I'm just going to stamp this on white paper and then just make the same kind of red background on it. I think that'd look lovely. Or gold. Ooh, let's do gold. Let's do that. So I'm going to stamp this I was trying to debate if I want to use red or black ink. We'll see. I'll be right back. So I just got a scrap of paper here that I'm going to then cut down. I know it's not straight there, but it's straight on this side, so that'll help me when I do that. And I always try to line it up at the very top, you know, of my straight line plus the one of the sides, so that way I only have to cut like here and on the other side or however. Try not to move it around too much. And that looks good. Then just when it's kind of curved a little bit. Very cool. Okay, and I'm just going to stamp that in black. And, you know, gold, and emboss it, and all those kinds of fun things. I love how everyone has their style, and then it all just comes out, like, whenever you see examples, like, I'm really looking forward to seeing the design team examples. They do such a great job. And seeing all these different ways of doing things, right? Or using it, and you're like, oh, okay, you know, I hadn't thought of that, or however. Really cute. I'm going to clean up, we're going to trim that down, and I'll be right back. Again, just trimming that down. I'm going to line it up this way because I know this part, actually we can do that part first. It's crooked, because I know I cut that paper with scissors, like by hand, you know. Gonna take that off. So it's about the same spacing from before. And then trim this part down. I'm looking at the G because that's really, we want to keep that there, and then still have the same kind of amount of space. There you go. And then to do the matting, or the matte layer, you know, I can just do this and then cut around it, or you can actually measure whatever you just cut and then give yourself some more room. So this is roughly 1.5 inches. Look at that. I didn't even plan for like a nice round number. By 3, and it's always the next one that's not that good. It's like 3 1/8. So I'm just going to add a 1/4 inch around those numbers, and I'll be right back. So I just added a 1/4 inch all around, so it just is something like that. I'm going to glue those together, and I'll put some dimensionals on the back of this, and I'll be right back. So there's that. I just love everything that's here. And then again, you know, you can orient this to however you like. If you want to do it that way, maybe a little something here, which I actually love. You know, I put this on here. It's going to cover up a lot of this guy. But again, you can, you know, debate where you want to put these things. Oh my goodness, you know what? I kind of love that, so I'm going to put this right here. So there you go. And then again, you know, we did the stenciling. Let that be your beautiful card, like focal point. With this one too, I'll pop a little sentiment in here. And, you know, we tried this guy out. Again, give it a good 24 hours, I would say, before you start trimming it down, even with the glitter, because, I mean, it's barely doing anything, but again, you want to give it a good 15-20 minutes before you really start manipulating it. But I wouldn't put any of these things in an envelope at least for 24 hours just to really let that set and make sure it's dry all the way through. Really wonderful. It's funny because when I started off, I was like, oh, okay, you know, we have the stencils. I thought, oh, if I had stencils, I should have brought something else out. But you know what? We had a good review here. So we had our stencils. We tried out the glimmer and the shimmer paste. We tried out the new squeegee brushes. So you'll see these more often in my videos. I'll probably come back with more of the stenciling anyhow. So keep an eye out and you'll see these guys still in action. Again, I mean, this one looks like nothing. It's perfect, right? From when I used it right now with some glitter paste. So really cool. I like the way that works. Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. Oh, and we also used our mega stamp set. So there you go. Thank you so much, Diane Press, for sending these items for review. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, and I'll see you all at the next one. All right, bye now.